Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the MLG Pro League Season 3 coverage. Jack joined by Maven here over Skype. Maven, we're actually just going to completely reschedule that Optic Gaming vs. Denial series. We were just told by the admins. Now we're playing, or watching, or casting the Rise Nation vs. TCM match, our final match of the evening.
Yeah, this is one I think I picked TCM for my pick, but I didn't feel super great about it. I think this is one that could definitely end up being rather close. Which player are you kicking off with?
I'm on board with Burns off the start, really the new player for this Rise Nation lineup. So far, we've seen great things from him. They're 1-1 with him on the lineup, but off the start, TCM just completely mowed down their team. 4 dead already for Rise Nation.
I was watching TP inside of the hard point. He's racking up as much time as he can. Got pretty good coverage in and around glass. One's going to push through pipes. He's going to have to dip out, manage to stay alive before he's taken out by Chino. But early on, all the points right now coming in for TCM. Finally able to get on the board is Rise. Not a lot going to be happening until we rotate to our second hard point here. See who's able to maintain control.
Moose trying to break inside that hard point. Wheats able to cut him down. Aches continuing to get aggressive towards this glass wall side. Chino answers right back with a kill of his own. We are almost all tied up here after the first hard point. The rotation towards pipes has begun. Big gunfight here in big back maps. That's Jerd taking down Wheats. Early spawn control going to TCM.
We'll see, it's going to be Rise coming off the spawn. Pretty much everyone spawning there around A Street. Going to be trying to push in. It's going to be Aches and Moose able to cut him down. TP's going to flank from behind and grab one as well. Still a rather tight game. TP's going to lose a gunfight to Burns. There's a lot of Burns to push in for control. He's got Jerd right on the other side of the wall here. Finally finds him. Jerd bounces over his head, picks up a couple of kills before falling. But in the second hardpoint is where we usually see at least a team start to pull away, start to get some kind of control. So far pretty tight here, Jack.
Still a remotely close game. Neither team really able to pull away at the moment. Finally, we see Rise Nation chaining together some time. If you are just tuning in, this is Rise's host for map number 1. They'll host 1 and 3, and TCM will host 2, 4, and 5. Teeth doing all he can there with a beautiful 2-piece. He's on a 4 streak now, beginning his rotation towards the back garage hill. He gets cut down by Apathy. Apathy slow start at 3 and 8 right now for Rise Nation.
They need him to get going, especially in the respawns. I mean, who else is going to be carrying the load? I mean, I know all these guys have the potential to go off, but Apathy needs to be your real monster for this team in my eyes when we're talking about it. Well, hardpoint specifically. I mean, that's the map we'll see him absolutely go off. I saw TP get a 2-piece in the hardpoint as he was locking it down before eventually falling to Burns. 20-point advantage right now for TCM. Started slow, started to pull away.
This is what we saw from Burns the other day. I believe it was on a drift hardpoint, or I think that was it, where he just had like 12 captures after the first 4 minutes of the game. Already at 6, leading his team. Jerd on the other side of things has 7 to his name. 60-38 lead right now for TCM. This would be a great win for them to start off the series, especially as they hop back over to their host for game number 2. Wheats, though, beginning to clutch up for his team, finding those crucial final kills to get that scrap time for his squad.
Said it was 1 and 3 for TCM, right?
TCM hosts 2, 4, and 5. 1 and 3 for Rise.
Oh, so 1 and 3. Oh, wow. Okay, all right. I misunderstood you. I thought you said it was going to be TCM's host off the break. So yeah, this would be one heck of a steal.
Yeah.
You saw 2-piece coming in for Apathy. We'll see if he can start cruising now. They really need him to go big. Right now, Burns, kind of the lone guy, really getting it done right now. Is leading in slang, leading in hardpoint captures as well. This parking lot one, usually a hardpoint where teams can really start them out sometimes. It's basically tied right now. Chino in the hardpoint doing a pretty good job. He's eventually going to fall as TCM manages to come in and break.
Burns gets taken out by Moose. Moose started off this game with the sub in hand, then swapping back over to the bow. They actually let Jerd run the bow for the first couple spawns there on that top glass wall. Nice gunfight win by Jerd. Very close so far through game number 1. And honestly, Maven, this is something that we kind of predicted on today's pre-show. We said this is a series that could easily go all 5 games. At this moment, it definitely shows both teams are very evenly matched. The early rotation going in favor of Rise yet again.
Yeah, I just feel like both these teams have been 2 of the more inconsistent teams in the league. When they're playing well, they look fantastic. And when they're playing poor, a bit awful at times, to be honest, for either of these guys. So you know, you could see this go the distance, or if one team's lighting it up tonight, you could easily see like a 3-0 for TCM. I wouldn't really put anything, if you told me any scoreline from this, honestly, I don't think there's a single thing you could tell me that would really shock me.
Yeah. No, this is definitely one that could go either way depending on which teams do show up. Right now, it's the Burns show. For the boys on Rise, they're up by 10 seconds, but Burns, a 3-streak, 19-16, make it 20-16 now. He's continuing to do everything for his team, slaying around the hill as he turns on Aches. The 5-streak for Burns off, feeling very confident on this new Rise lineup.
Watching Burns out, he's going to be top class. He's able to pick up one. Second player was coming pipes. That's going to finally clean him up. They're starting to take control a bit here. 30-point advantage. We're going into our second side of rotations. No real control yet of the central hard point. Everyone is kind of duking it out, vying for control of the spawns right now. Moose is going to be the first player to win that gunfight up top glass. That's going to allow him to get in a power position. He's going to get a two-piece. One more player was down, another one pushing cut as well. Finally, Moose is going to drop, picking up some kills for his team, allowing them to push forward. But Chino answering back with the two-piece, giving control here to Rise.
Wheats has really been impressing me. He's been filling the role that their team needs. And that's just a consistent AR player. Right now, he's sitting at 20-19. Nothing flashy. 4 caps to his name, but he's just getting the job done there, clearing out the hard point for his team, picking up another player who was challenging. That's cutting down Jerd from being that aggressive player they need. Almost a 40-second lead now for Rise as they continue to pull away.
TCM looks strong early. Thought they might be able to steal a game, but Burns really going off. Apathy started slow early. He's 19-19 now with 5 caps to it. I think this one still potentially could come down to the wire, but good job by Rise having the on-post game number 1, starting to get things together here. Burns pushed through pipes. He's going to be flooding into B. He was able to pick up one. I believe the player pushed from connector that was eventually able to take him out. This is going to give TCM control here rather quickly.
Burns at 29-20, leading the game right now with kills. Also 12 captures to his name, tied for the most, doing everything for his team. But TCM doing a fantastic job of stopping the push down Pipe Street. Here comes the flood once more from Rise Nation. Can TCM hold it off? A team kill coming out of Apathy. Chino picks up 2. Teep answers right back, still a 30-second lead. Jerd now begins to hop in. He's got a player to beat. He gets cut down. Rise regaining control.
Rise has got it for the time being. 3 minutes on the clock, Jack. Rotating here in about 5 seconds. I think if TCM can get it within 20 to 30 here in the next hard point, they're going to give themselves a really good chance. They can't let the lead be points right now. And that's 3 kills coming in for TCM right now. They're lighting up the kill feed here to see if they're going to be able to control Garage. Right now they've got a pretty good setup. Teep is already pushed out. He's going to get a 2-piece. You can see there's only really 1 player in the hard point. Everyone else has been able to kind of spread out like an umbrella around this hard point. Just locking stuff up. Moose gets another 2-piece.
Wheats answers right back, though, with a 2-piece of his own. Apathy gets the entry kill his team needs. The subs begin to rush in. Jerd loses a gunfight middle map there against Chino. Rise doing all they can to break in, but a beautiful hold from TCM. They're now down by just 15 seconds with just over 2 minutes remaining.
Yeah, that's exactly what they had to do. I'm saying if they can get it close on this hard point, I think they'll be looking good. Exactly what they needed. They have a massive hard point. Now the battle comes up. This is big, Jack. They're going to fight for top control. They're going to be a 2v2 here.
Instead of this being close to a tied game, Chino just gets a massive 2-piece to get that scrap time for his team. The rotation from TCM. They have 2 players inside the hill. They get 1 by Teep, 2 by Moose. TCM in control of the garage hard point. Now they just need to stop the aggression from the Pipe Street, but that is not going to happen. A beautiful break coming out of Wheats yet again.
Apathy trying to hold off Aches, who's pushing from that A Street, Jack. They've still got a couple players in defense, doing what they can to hold off this aggression from TCM. They're still in it. They're only down 20. They've still got a whole other hard point to work with, but I'd like to see it get a little bit closer here. Otherwise, they're going to need to kind of give up the final scrap time if it comes down to the wire and get set up as best they can. We've seen teams lock down that final hard point very, very well at times, but I think it's one of the harder ones to really secure full time.
Massive gunfight win from Teep. He stays alive in the hill, finally getting cut down. There's 1 more player of Rise who's alive inside that hard point. That's Moose. He's got to reload, though, and he gets taken down. Sorry, from TCM, he gets taken down. So TCM should be able to get that last bit of time because TP just hopped back in and got another 2-piece. Teep now 38-32, 11 captures. He's absolutely exploded on side number 2.
And that's what you need from Teep, man. When he's going off, especially getting those important kills and breaking hard points and holding them, he can do so much for his team, but they're trailing by 15 with only 30 seconds left on the clock.
Oh, that's good. That looks like it's going to do it. Now they're just trying to push in one by one. Yeah, that is gonna do it. Game number 1 going to Rise on their host. Really, the MVP for me has to be Burns off 39 and 32. 17 captures to his name. But when you have Apathy, Wheats, and Chino all more than holding their own, that is when Rise plays at their best. They did just that. The 42 and 35 make it 36 performance from TP isn't enough. TCM going to drop game number 1.
Who do you think is the one that's going to be dealing with Burns the most? We're talking about the up-in-your-face SMG player. I guess the most player close to Burns is probably going to be Jerd. I think Jerd dropped something like 26 and 44. I'd have to see it, but he struggled. Yeah,
24 and 45.
45. Jerd negative 21. I couldn't tell you the last time I saw that, Jack.
That's a perfect example of Jerd when he's just getting hyper aggressive versus actually getting aggressive but doing it at the right times, losing his gunfights there. I touched on a little bit earlier on in the game, Wheats was doing a fantastic job of shutting him down. All 4 players on Rise positive there, a .53 overall KD from Jerd. Game number 1 going in favor of Rise Nation. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, Search and Destroy.